Today we are going to study the next one, a house is not a home. So before that we will see the last lesson, that is the last leaf. So there we have studied about the last leaf, that means about the ivy. There was an ivy creeper and falling of the leaves is being counted by a girl named Jonesy, isn't it? And she was suffering from pneumonia. So she is thinking that she will not recover. She will not recover, isn't it? So she thought as equal to the falling of the ivy leaves. That means from her window she could see on the other side, opposite side of that ivy plant, and because of and it is the autumn season, so naturally during the autumn season what happens, the leaves, it is the time for the leaves to fall down, isn't it? But this Johnsy is thinking that her life is also similar to those leaves. That means one by one the leaves are falling, isn't it? So she thinks when the last leaf falls down, it means the end of her life. So she was counting down the leaves of that ivy plant. Understood? And then her friend Sui was very worried about her because they both are staying together, and she was so much worried that whatever things she want to make her comfort, who was not listening, Johnsy was not listening, and she was always looking at the ivy plant and being on the bed. So too much worried. She was too much worried because who is saying that she did not want to live? Johnsy is saying that she did not want to live because she is thinking that her mind is now only seeing the death of her, isn't it? She is not thinking that she can recover from it. So what she is thinking? As the leaves are falling, day by day she also becomes too big, and finally when the last leaf fall down, she will die, isn't it? So in the same building on the ground floor, there lived a great artist named Edamon, and Sui went and told him that how much worried she is because of her friend Johnson. But he heard everything, and after seeing her, he left to his room. And the particular night it was very rainy, isn't it? And she was, who had gone to sleep? Johnson had gone to sleep because only the last leaf is being seen on that ivy plant. At any moment it can fall down, isn't it? But the leaf was there, and so she went for sleeping and got up in the morning to find whether the leaf is there or not. So she opened the window and looked out and saw that leaf still on that ivy creeper. So she thought that she is not going to die. So now she felt pity on who? Sui, for making her worried, isn't it? Because all this time Sui had asked her to come back to the life, forget about the illness because it can be cured. Because doctor had said only when our mind is going along with the medicine, mind plus medicine, then only we can recover, isn't it? Otherwise we will not be recovering. So now she understood that she had been the reason why Sui was worried, isn't it? So now she saw the ivy plant. At that time the news had come to them saying that the Reverend had died, and they had seen that his clothes were wet and also mud was there in the room because mud as if he had gone out in the rain. So actually what was the thing that had happened? How was the leaf which had been on the ivy remained still? So actually it was not the real leaf, it was the paint done by whom? Painting done by Byron. That was his masterpiece work which had Here I will go through the question answers. What is Johnson's illness? What is Johnson's illness? From what she was suffering from? She was suffering from pneumonia. What can cure her? The medicine or the willingness to her? So what can cure her? The willingness or the medicine? Willingness plus medicine. Generally, what happens? Willingness plus medicine. Generally, she can be cured, isn't it? If only medicine is going and if the mind is not there, what happens? Like John said, thinking all the time that she will not recover, isn't it? So, willingness to live. So, she had no willing. She was not saying that she will die, isn't it? So, she was counting down her days, similar to the leaves that are falling down. So, with the medicine, so whatever the medicine was given, even the doctor had said that medicine will not work if our mind is not willing to live, isn't it? So, willingness to live plus medicine generally can be cured. So, it was so not the medicine. What was that? What can cure the medicine or the willingness? The willingness to live. The willingness to live. Now, do you think the feeling of depression Johnson has is common among teenagers? Of course, that means teenagers means like newborn. So, depression makes everyone the same, isn't it? Depression makes everyone the same. That means if we are thinking that we are not able to achieve something, we will be depressed. So because all the time we will be thinking that I am not able to, so that I am not able to, thinking in the negative way. Thinking in the negative way. This thinking negatively will make you come down already, depressed already, isn't it? Already. But instead of that, if you are going to think positively, that means, okay, I can do. Here you always think cannot, isn't it? You are not able to, but here comes the can. I can do. I will try. So that what will be away from you? Depression will be away from you. So as the teenagers, the young ones are considered, when they are not able to achieve something of their own taste or anything of that what they want, they come true. Yes, his dream was that once he has to produce a masterpiece work, isn't it? And that he had done it. His dream had come into true. How did it come to true? He had painted the, so because it was raining and as this autumn season, so naturally all the leaves will fall down. So that particular leaf which Johnsy had seen the previous night had also fallen down. So in that, instead of leaving the tree without leaves, because who is counting? Johnsy is counting, isn't it? That you see the last leaf falling down. So that she thinks it is the end of her life. She also will die, isn't it? So in order to make her live, what did the Baron do? Baron understood that Johnsy is thinking that she will die when the last leaf falls down. So what did Baron do? He had given the life to Johnsy by painting a leaf which seems to be the real leaf. Even she also did not understand that it is an artificial leaf. Then what is Baron's masterpiece? So that was the dream. He wanted to produce a masterpiece work. Now what is Baron's masterpiece? What makes me say so? So why did we say that was the masterpiece work? Because he had painted the leaf in order to save the life of who? He had done the leaf, isn't it? He had painted the leaf and that had made whom to live? Sweet to live, isn't it? Otherwise, what was she thinking? That she will die. So he had given his life to whom? To Sweet. He had given his life to Sweet. And now who had got the river? Sweet got the river because, and who had met the death? Baron had met the death, isn't it? Because he had given his life to Sweet to see through which way? Through the painting of a leaf which seems to be the real one. Understood? So that was the lesson what we have already studied. Now we are coming to the next. A house is not a home. Why the house is not? House and home, two words are there. What is house and what is home? House is only the building, isn't it? And home is the members who are inside. Understood now? Story reflects the challenges of being a teenager and the problem of growing up. How does the author overcome this problem? So it is a challenge. Challenges is the challenges of being a teenager. Challenges of being a teenager, and he was having many problems and how he had come out of those problems. Understood now? Now we will see what are the problems as far as a teenager is considered. My first year of high school felt awkward. After leaving, felt awkward means not in an easy manner. Not an easy manner. After leaving junior high school, at the head of my class, with all the seniority, the upper grade level school afford me. After leaving junior high, at the head of my class, with all the seniority means with all the comforts, the upper grade level could afford me was given to him. It felt strange starting over as a freshman. Freshman means as a new person. The school school was twice as big as my old school. So now he had come to the new school, and now he is comparing to the old one where he had already studied. So the school was twice as big. So that means that school, the other school remained, or where he had come from, that school is not very big. So this particular school was twice the double of that small school. And to make matters worse, my closest friends were sent to a different high school. I felt very satisfied. So why did he felt such very isolated? Isolated means isolated. Isolated? Lonely. Lonely or alone. So why did he feel lonely, or why did he feel alone? Why did he feel alone? Because now he is brought to a new school, and he had left all his friends, teachers and everybody in the old school, isn't it? And now he is in the new school. So in the new school, everything is new for him. He is a fresh person to that school, isn't it? So his close friends, very close friends everywhere, he has been studying, isn't it? So suppose you also think about now, the next year you are going to some other school. How do you feel? That means here you are studying from very lower classes, and you have come up to here, and now you are going to leave. How do you feel? So all these years you had maintained a good relationship in the school, isn't it? You had found many friends and many teachers, and everything was going smoothly in your school, isn't it? So all of a sudden, when you are taken out of it and you are put in another school, how do you feel? You feel isolated, isn't it? You feel isolated. Why? Because there everything is new. Even the school building is new, the teachers are new, and the students are new. And from them you have to find again new friends. So all the time you will be thinking about your old friends, and all the time how you had spent with them, isn't it? So that is natural among everything. Even when we leave our home and go and stay in the hostel, the same we feel. Leaving our parents, brothers and sisters, and you are put in the hostels. Think about that. So there also you feel isolated. Why? Because how much you have been with your family and your brother and sister, so that much is not there in the new place, isn't it? There you can find all different faces. So now you take time to go along with them, isn't it? So that is what had happened to whom also were all. I missed my old teachers so much that I would go back and visit them. So all the time, that is a good thing. So whenever we miss our teachers, we have to find time, or whenever we pass that way, what we have to do? At least for once again we have to go and meet them, isn't it? So the relationship between them should be kept. Otherwise, what happens? The next moment, you will forget about them, isn't it? Everything, whatever good they had given to you, everything you will forget. So we always have to be in touch with them. They should encourage me to get involved in school activities so that I could meet new people. So I missed my old teachers so much that I would go back and visit them. They would encourage me to get involved in school activity so that I could meet new people. So when I went to the old teachers, what advice did they give? They said, don't worry, now what you have to do? You go and make friendship? Can you have any friends? Can you know what are the things happening there? No. Instead of sitting alone and thinking about your old memories, what you have to do? Just you keep that to one side and then you go and mix with the activities what they are doing, so that what can be done? You can go along with them. So that means you can go along with them means you can get more and more friends. New people you will get mixed up. So after some time they will be your friends. They told me that in time I would adjust and probably end up loving my new school more than I had my old one. So the same thing the teachers had advised, that means slowly when you mix up with them, when you go along with them, you will have new friends and you will understand them, and then you will think you had collected a good number of friends than from your older school. They made me promise that when that happened, I would still come by and visit them from time to time. So the teachers had promised him that when you had collected a good number of friends from the new school where you had gone and you had found everything as similar to the old one, as the same as the old one, you should come and visit us and say all about them. I understood the psychology in what they are saying, but I took some comfort in it nonetheless. So, psychologically, what the teacher had said, that if you leave to the new place, it will be like you will be lonely for only some time, but at the same time, what you have to do? Go and mix along with them in their activities, so that the new faces seems to be old to you. They will come as your friends, isn't it? Then there will be no difficulty in you, isn't it? That means you will find no difference in them. You will have the same friendly students with you as your friends, isn't it? So that you will forget about what? That you are alone. Understood? Now I will go through those paragraphs. My first year of high school felt awkward. After leaving junior high at the head of my class with all the seniority the upper grade level could afford me, it felt strange starting over as a freshman. The school was twice as big as my old school, and to make matters worse, my closest friends were sent to the different high school. I felt very isolated. So, because all had gone to different schools, I missed my older teachers so much that I would go back and visit them. They would encourage me to get involved in school activities so that I could meet new people. They told me that in time I would adjust and probably end up loving my new school more than I had my old one. They made me promise that when that happened, I would still come by and visit them from time to time. I understood the psychology in what they are saying, but I took some comfort in it nonetheless. Understood now? Again. So now you understood what are the problems facing when you leave from one place to another, isn't it? Whoever it is there, even the grown up also, if they are suited to one place for a long time and all of a sudden when they are asked to move to a new place, the same thing happened to them also, because for some time we feel lonely in the area where we had gone, because it is a new place for us and we are seeing the new people there. So we have left all our friends and everybody behind, isn't it? So in that new place, again it takes time for us to collect collect new friends, isn't it? So until and unless when we are engaged in the activity, we will not be able to find anybody friendly, isn't it? So that what we have to do, we have to go into their activities, mix up with them, and so that we can get friends. Otherwise, if we are not going and mingling with them, if we are not going and mixing with them, what will happen? We will be left alone, isn't it? We will be left alone. Nobody will care for us also, because it is a new place and we don't know anybody. And if we are sitting alone, then how can the others come to meet you, isn't it? So we have to go into them, isn't it? Then only we will be able to mix up with them. Understood now? One Sunday afternoon, not long after I had started high school, I was sitting at home at our dining table doing homework. It was a cold and windy fall day, and we had a fire going in our fireplace. As usual, my red tabby cat was lying on top of all my papers, pouring loudly and occasionally swatting at my pen for entertainment's sake. So one day, what happened? One Sunday, it was a Sunday afternoon, not long after I had started high school. So he has brought to the new school to enter the high school, isn't it? So now he had come over there, and now little time is over. And one Sunday afternoon, as he was sitting at home at their dining table doing homework, he was sitting at the dining table and doing homework. It was a cold and windy fall day. Windy fall day means strong wind. Yes, windy. Windy means strong wind blowing. So as the strong wind is blowing, it will be cold also, isn't it? In our place also, don't you think? Certain times when strong wind are blowing, due to that strong wind, we feel little cold. So it was a windy day, means a comfortable day. Little cold also is there. And we had a fire going to our fireplace. Why the fire is putting fire at the fireplace? So in our area, even in our place also, when it is very hot outside, not inside the house, outside we will put fire, isn't it? Or we will sit for the when the sun comes up, why to get warm from the sun, isn't it? So that we can make our body warm, so that the coldness will be far away, isn't it? We can make our body warm. We sit in front of sometimes little garbage will be, or the dry leaves, we collect dry leaves, put it and put fire and sit around it, making our body warm, isn't it? Or sitting outside, straight to the sun heat, isn't it? So that makes also our body warm. But in the northern regions, they are having considerate cold time, isn't it? That we are having only just a little time, end of November and starting or up to the December, 2 months. Between these days, little coldness we feel. But in northern, they are having 6 months cold. Starts from October onwards, cold starts October, November, December, January, February, March. These 6 months are the coldest. That means peak time is from December. That means from Christmas time onwards, the peak of that cold season starts. And there, many people, that means even in the Gulf area also, what do? They have a place, fire warm. So that convenience is made inside every house. Understood? So while he was sitting warming himself from that wind, strong wind and coldness, as usual, when he was doing homework, who will be sitting along with him is Tabby cat. This Tabby cat will be lying on top of all the bed because his books are all everything on the table, and on top of it, who will be lying? That cat will be lying, pouring loudly means making the sound, and occasionally swatting all my pen for entertainment, and in between playing with the pen for its entertainment, for its fun. Understood? That is natural when the small kittens or puppies are there at home. When we are doing any kind of work, they will come along with us and engage in the work what we are doing. That means they will be taking our pen or pencil, playing or lying on the books or paper what we are using. So they are like small children. They also come and do all kind of mischief. So Sunday afternoon, while he was doing his homework, it was very cold and the fireplace was there inside the room. At the same time, as usual, whenever he was studying, who used to come? His cat used to come, lie on top of the papers, and in between he will be playing with the pen. Understood? One Sunday afternoon, not long after I had started high school, I was sitting at home at our dining table doing homework. It was a cold and windy fall day, and we had a fire going in our fireplace. As usual, my red tabby cat was lying on top of all my papers, pouring loudly and occasionally swatting at my pen for entertainment's sake. She was never far from me. That means who was never far from me? Yes, this tabby cat. I had rescued her when she was a kitten. So now she is a grown-up cat. So that boy had brought him, the other had brought her when she was a kitten, when she was a baby cat. And somehow she knew that I was the one responsible for giving her the good life. Giving her the good life means giving her a good life. Giving her a good life means when this was a kitten, isn't it? When it was a kitten, he had brought home and looked after it carefully and gave her the life. So it is said to be a good life. Otherwise, sometimes a kitten when it is lying on the road, it can happen any incident also. stage starting over as a freshman. The school was twice as big as my old school, and to make matters worse, my closest friends were sent to a different high school. I felt very isolated. I missed my old teachers so much that I would go back and visit them. They would encourage me to get involved to school activities so that I could meet new people. They told me that in time I would adjust and probably end up loving my new school more than I had my old one. They made me promise that when that happened, I would still come by and visit them from time to time. I understood the psychology in what they are saying, but I took some comfort to it, nothing less. One Sunday afternoon, not long after I had started high school, I was sitting at home at our dining table doing homework. It was a cold and windy fall day, and we had a fire going in our fireplace. As usual, my red tabby cat was lying on top of all my papers, purring loudly and occasionally swatting at my pen for entertainment's sake. She was never far from me. I had rescued her when she was a kitten, and somehow she knew that I was the one responsible for giving her the good life. My mother kept strolling the fire to keep the house nice and warm. Suddenly, I smelled something strange, and then I noticed it, smoke pouring in through the seams to the ceiling. The smoke began to fill the room so quickly that we could barely see. Groping our way to the front door, we all ran out into the front yard. By the time we made our way outside, the whole roof was engulfed in flames, and it was spreading quickly. I ran to the neighbors to call the fire department while I watched my mother run back into the house. So, all of a sudden, on Sunday, he was sitting and doing his homework, and his cat also was there with him. And all of a sudden, what did he see? My mother kept strolling the fire to keep the house nice and warm. That means her mother was keeping the fire burn so that the room has to feel warm and nice. Suddenly, I smelled something strange. Suddenly, he got some smell, and then I noticed it. And he, all of a sudden, he saw what did he see? Smoke pouring in through the seams on the chimney. That means on the ceiling. That means through the ventilators. What could he see? He saw the fire smoke getting inside. The smoke began to fill the room. So inside, what is also going on? The fireplace fire is going. Still, smoke from outside is entering inside the room. So quickly that we could barely see. That means the whole room now filled with the smoke. Yeah, groping our way to the front door. We ran to the front door. We all ran out into the front yard. We opened the door and got out of the house. By the time we made our way outside, as soon as they had gone outside, the whole roof was engulfed in flames. The whole roof was taken by the flames. That means hot fire. Engulfed means hot fire. Started burning, and it was spreading quickly, and because while I watched my mother run back to the house. So when he ran to the neighbor to call the fire department, he saw his mother getting inside the house. So what's the condition of the house at that time? It is getting burned, isn't it? That means from all sides it is getting smoke is there, and also the roof had fallen fully fire. It is burning, and at that time, who is running inside the house? He saw his mother going inside. My mother kept stoking the fire to keep the house nice and warm. Suddenly, I smelled something strange, and then I noticed it. Smoke pouring in through the streams in the ceiling. The smoke began to fill the room so quickly that we could barely see. Groping our way to the front door, we all ran out into the front yard. By the time we made our way outside, the whole roof was engulfed. So, otherwise, what would have happened if they were not able to see? The roof was catching fire, isn't it? And the boy and the cat, mother, everybody inside. If they have not noticed, what would happen? It would have fallen on them and they will be killed, isn't it? But first they had noticed what the smoke entering into the room. So seeing the smoke entering the room, what did they do? They ran out of the house. That is why they were saved. Otherwise, what would have happened? All would have died on the spot because the roof will fall on them. But I ran to the neighbors to call the fire department while I watched my mother run back into the house. So when he ran to the neighbor to call the fire department, he saw his mother entering into the house. My mother then ran out of the house carrying a small metal box full of important documents. She dropped the case on the lawn and in a crazy state ran back into the house. I knew what she was for. My father had died when I was young, and I was certain that she was not going to let his pictures and letters go up in flames. They were the only things that she had to remember him by. Still, I screamed at her, "Mom, no." So why did the mother run to the house? Why did the mother run to the house? Mother then ran out of the house carrying a small metal box full of important documents. Documents means? What do you mean by documents? Documents can be important papers. Important papers. Based on anything. Based on anything. Important papers based on any record. That means record. Records. Can be of a house or court property or wealth. All the documents are there. That means all the records of certain items. So mother came out with a metal box where she was putting all the documents. She dropped it. Suppose if it is happening in our house, also first thing is that we will like to save those things which are very needed for us, like this documents, paper, then if a gold is there, gold, then money is there, money, all that things we have to carry along with us, isn't it? But certain times we will not be able to do it. Say we have seen during the flood time, how people were able to take anything, isn't it? Because within short time, what happens? Water enters into the room. Similarly, water and fire is same only. Within short time, they can spread fastly. They can spread from one end to the other within a second, isn't it? Water as well as fire, both are of the same. So he saw his mother going and then coming back with a metal box. So he knows that metal box. What is that metal box? It contains the important documents. She dropped the case on the lawn. She put it on the lawn and again she ran back into the house. I knew what she was, so the mother could understand why the second time she got into the house. My father had died when I was young, and I was certain that she was not going to let his pictures and letters go up to flames, because at my very early age itself I lost my father, and so his remains, that means his pictures and his things are there, which always makes my mother remember him, isn't it? So she did not want those things also to get destroyed in the fire. They were the only things that she had to remember him by. Still I explained to her mother, Mom, no. So still, because from all sides of the house the fire is there, and she did not want to leave those things that belongs to my father. That because they are giving her the memories of my father, isn't it? So she did not want them to be burned in the fire. So she went into the house to take those things, isn't it?